Well, here it is, the new, all-new Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge. Andy, are you as excited as I am?
I am, because the S5, yeah, it was nice, but it was an incremental step to the S4. And it had that same kind of design. It wasn't a really big improvement, and the sales were down, so Samsung had to go big or go home with the S6. And what they did was surprising, is they have the S6 and the S6 Edge. Today we're going to be looking at the S6 Edge, which I think is the better out of the two phones.
Interesting. So you find it better probably because it's got the beveled edge on it, right? So basically it's got the curved glass. Remember when the Samsung TVs came out of the curved ones? It was kind of cool. But people are asking, is this all hype or is it, you know, something that's actually going to benefit me?
Curve's the new flat. That's what I say.
Curve is the new flat. You know what? And I have to say, I agree on this one. I love the feel of it in my hand. I love the look of it. And I just feel like you get more screen out of it. If that makes sense.
So there's a lot of similarities between the S6 and the S6 Edge. The only difference is this curve.
Yeah.
But if you put both in your hand, and we had a chance to do that before, unfortunately we don't have the S6 here, but you put them both in your hand, this actually feels skinnier because of this edge. It doesn't feel as thick, but it's really the same phone. Because of that curve, it really makes a big difference.
So let's talk about some of the major differences that we're going to see in this phone versus the S5. And for me, one of those things that I was really shocked with, but maybe I shouldn't have been shocked, but was the built-in battery, the fact that you can't replace it anymore.
Well, not only that, they went for a solid, metal design. Before they had the plastic, and it felt cheap. And that was the premium phone, and it didn't feel like a premium phone. This, my friend, feels like a premium phone, so you know you're getting what it's worth. In a lot of ways, if you sit it down and say you're at a coffee shop, a lot of people will think it's an iPhone because of the design. It's very, very similar. It looks kind of like it.
Don't go there.
No, let's say, hey, in the tech world, you innovate or you imitate. This time, what they decided was, let's imitate the iPhone because we want to make the iPhone version for Android. No one else has really done it. HTC a little bit with their HTC One, but this, whew.
I
nice
don't know,
phone.
Andy, I have to say, to me, it still looks like a previous version of the Samsung phone. I think what's happening is they're both merging and getting closer and closer together.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the battery a little bit more, though, because that's one of the things that I really got excited about was the fact that you can charge it a lot faster.
Yeah, but a lot of people are still mad that you can't replace it, but to your point, you can charge it faster, and everybody has portable battery chargers on them anyway, so do you really need an extra battery? Why don't you just have a battery charger? And you can charge like your tablet as well as your phone, so I think it was a good move, and it just makes for a better design overall.
And it's got the wireless charging built in, so you can get an additional accessory, and you can put it down for only 10 minutes and get an additional 4 hours of, talk time.
Yeah.
But still, what we're going to see is that you're not, basically you've just got so much more portability. You can stop for coffee, you can stop for a beer, and then, pull out your charger 15 minutes later, and boom, you're not stuck anymore. Like
well, that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the pubs to have these inductive charging mats onto the bar, so you can go have a beer, charge your phone all at the same time. Personally, I think what people are going to use these inductive charging because they're not as fast as physically charging. So you're probably seeing people doing that when they're at work. They'll probably have a little map there. Or if they're at home by their bedside, they'll just put the phone there and it's going to charge. By the time you wake up, it's fully charged.
You've got a good point there. We should clarify that there is a difference between getting the supercharger, right, which will charge it that fast, and then doing the wireless charging because that one won't do it quite as fast. But still, you're getting freedom, you're getting more options with your charging capabilities on it. Now, the other thing we should mention with this phone is the photo quality. Whew. So it's amazing.
Blows my mind. Like this is a smartphone, and like the quality, you can't even tell. You think it was from like a high-end compact DSLR.
And it's funny, we kind of have to make fun of ourselves because when we laugh, it's like an app doesn't launch fast enough, or our phones are slowing down. We're sitting there going, it's taken a second and a half for something to launch. But when you're launching your photo, like to take a picture, or your camera app, that is a long time. So Samsung's now condensed the amount of time, and they basically say it's going to take less than 0.7 seconds to be able to launch the camera application and take a photo.
Another thing that's really cool is if you look on the back, they have these like optical sensors. This can measure your heart rate. You can actually see the UV rays outside. But what they've done this time is this will actually analyze your room and get the right white balance for taking your perfect shots. Because guys like me, I'm never really was a photographer per se, so I don't know the settings. Me, I'm just auto everything. This is gonna help you take better pics if you're a guy like me.
And for parents or people with pets who are constantly trying to take pictures of things that are moving, or gameplay and things like that, this phone is going to do that better than any other Samsung phone has done in the past.
Now, one thing we should also mention is, we're heading towards mobile payments. We know that Apple has their Apple Pay. Well, Samsung has, you guessed it, Samsung Pay, and it uses their NFC technology to do that. I think we're going to see that roll out in the States before we see it in Canada, but that technology does exist inside here, and that is the future.
It is. So there you have it. It's the all-new Galaxy S6 Edge.
If you're going to pick out of between the two, the S6 and S6 Edge, I think we're both going to agree the S6 Edge is the way to go, but it's going to be hard. When it does release in Canada, you're definitely going to want to pre-order it because they're going to sell like hotcakes.